The past 24 hours has been a very tremendously busy time for IHIT and all of our policing partners in the Lower Mainland region. There's a couple of cases that we're investigating right now, so I'll start with an update on the most recent case out of Surrey. So this morning at 7:30 a.m., the Surrey RCMP were alerted to a shooting that occurred in the area of 108 Avenue and 139 A Street. Now, when they arrived, they found a man and a woman with gunshot wounds. They were both taken to hospital. The man sustained non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to survive. Unfortunately, our female victim has since died of her injuries. We believe that this was not a random incident, and we're working to determine exactly what happened, who's involved. We have identified our victim, but at this point, we are making attempts to notify her family of her passing. What I can tell you about our victim is that she was a young woman. She was in her early 20s. Our surviving victim is a man in his early 40s. We are appealing for any witnesses, anyone with dashcam video, any kind of video surveillance footage. If you're a business owner or if you are a resident in that area, please come forward and help us solve this murder. I'm going to move on to our homicide here in Burnaby from last night. And joining me is Chief Superintendent Deanne Burley, officer in charge of the Burnaby RCMP. Now, I'll give you a quick update, and I'm going to turn it over to Chief Superintendent Burley. So last night at around 8 p.m., there was a shooting here in Burnaby in the area of the 6500 block of Portland Street. The shooting occurred involving a man, who was found with gunshot wounds inside a vehicle. This man now we can identify as 32-year-old Chris Kenworthy. He was, how we say, known to police. He did have police interactions, and we believe that this was a targeted incident. He was targeted for murder. Anyone with dash cam video, anyone who saw or heard anything suspicious in the area last night, we encourage you to please contact IHIT. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Superintendent Burley.
Burnaby RCMP will continue to work in partnership with IHIT on this investigation, and I do want to reiterate that we would ask anyone who has any information or any video footage to contact IHIT on their information line. I also asked to speak with you today in order to provide a general update on the gang activity in Burnaby and the Burnaby RCMP response to that activity. Over the last year in Burnaby, we've seen over a 30% increase in gang activity. There have been 6 stabbings, 9 shootings, and 3 gang-related homicides. It's unfortunate that we even have to speak about these incidents, but what I would like to add as I move forward in this discussion is that in 2018, and since that point, the Mayor and Council have been very generous and have supported the Burnaby RCMP with some additional positions. From that, we've been able to build a full-time bike section. We've increased our economic crime capacity and our cybercrime capacity. And in addition to all of that, we have formalized a gang enforcement team using existing resources. The targeted activity will include known gang hangouts and clubhouses. And what we're aiming to target through various forms of data that we've gathered is drug manufacturing and trafficking, possession, use, and distribution of weapons, primarily firearms, assaults, abductions, robberies, frauds, and property crime. Now, a big concern for me, and from every perspective, is that many of those involved in this gang activity are young people. And we have seen very, very specific incidents here in Burnaby involving young people as young as 14 years of age. We don't want this to continue. Our youth officers and our gang enforcement team are constantly reaching out to these at-risk youth to steer them away from this lifestyle. We're asking the community, friends, and family of any young person involved in or contemplating or thinking about becoming involved in gang lifestyle to watch for the warning signs. And these warning signs include sudden changes in behavior, staying out late, withdrawal from family and friends, and being secretive about new friends, unexplained injuries, new possessions or unaccounted for large sums of money, graffiti on personal items like notebooks, computers, or bedroom walls, tattoos or markings of gang symbols on their hands or their bedroom walls, and of course, run-ins with the law and law enforcement. Investing and being part of your child's life can be a key factor in keeping them away from gang life. Know your child's friends. Give your child responsibilities or chores at home. Ensure their free time is filled with positive activities, whether it be sports, fine arts, or school. Participate in your children's education and spend time with your child and be a positive role model.